Don't say. Oh, okay.
All right, well, welcome to special halftime edition. We just started 45 minutes ago. From many of you that were following us, up to 50, 60 people. What a half golazo from Carlos
Yeah.
Vela. Did
Yeah.
you scream? Did you gasp? What happened? Reactions right away. Cesar, that chamomile tea is a little better. You still sipping on that, or are you going with the bruce
You know
tea?
what's it's 12:21, so I might actually switch to either tequila or beer soon. But when that
Uh,
happened, oh man, I yelled so loud. I think I freaked out my cat for a little bit, but it was just such a relief, such a like, and just like the narrative behind that too, right? We've been waiting for so long for him to come back. He comes back, and then just immediately just scores a goal, and I'm sure that's a huge relief from Vela as well. But man, that felt good. That felt good.
Good, good. Naive, what reaction so far?
I mean, I think the pressure, the high pressure up top from El Tri was good in the goal. Vela with an excellent goal outside the box could have made it 2-0 with that last play in the first half to pass to Chicharito on a counter attack. But a lot of assets he offers. I mean, he moves around. He has all the liberty. Surprised with the move from Reyes moving to the center midfield with Gallito. I think that's a good move from Herrera.
Definitely. And Tom?
I mean, I just laughed when all this time, like Cesar was saying, and then but at the end of the day, that's what he does. That's what he does in Spain, and the Dutch side, that you can't give Vela space like that. You can't give him those 2-3 meters there on his left foot outside the box. I mean, he'll score 5 out of 10 of them. He'll score. That's what he does. That's what he does in Spain. He's a top player, and you look apart from that last move on the counter. How many times did he give the ball away? He doesn't give the ball away. He generally does positive things, and that's what he's done. That's what he's done in Spain, and really welcome back. I think it's great for the Mexican national team to have him, and just proved it.
Definitely, especially with, I mean, Vela had it. I'm looking at my phone, going to get ready, and all of a sudden, he hits it. Just an amazing goal, and that's how we have him. For those that, the haters, the ones, why do we need him? He's not that great. That just kind of proves, I think he shut everybody up for the last 3 years. So we'll be good. But we don't have that much time. A little bit under 10 minutes. For my opinion, two different first halves. It looks like great, and then we've just gone horribly bad towards the end. I think if it was a better Dutch team with I don't know, with more cohesion, they would have scored 2-3 goals easily, with the defense kind of falling behind. Kind of what happened with what happened with the Estadio Castelao in Fortaleza, with having 60 minutes and then letting it go. So I'd like to hear a little bit about, obviously, Reyes coming up, good or positive, but what did you guys think towards the end, just kind of letting go, and some players making some decisive decision? I'll point out Ochoa. I don't see him at his best, and Herrera doing a good job of defending, but not his best going forward. So what do you guys see in that difference of making from the beginning to the end of the first half?
I think that yeah, you're right, exactly. It was just like that the game in Brazil. It was like Mexico just you just want to really applaud them for that intensity and the pressing, just not letting the Dutch do absolutely anything. They just can't get any moves going, and that's down to Mexico just pushing them. But then they kind of slack off a little bit, you know what I mean? And I think then in the last 20-25 minutes of that half, we saw the Mexican defense, the inexperienced defense exposed. I think that's what we saw. And we saw there was problems, and every time the Dutch crossed in from either of the wings, Huntelaar won every single header, and he should have scored. I mean, he should have scored at least one in that half. I think he should have scored two. But that's the thing, they've got to. But yeah, the defence, obviously, you've got to mark better. But apart from that, you've got to get the midfield, the wing backs have got to get tighter. They've got to stop those crosses coming in. No, Mexico. Like he is a very, very good player. It's easy to see. You've got to stop him. You've got to get him tighter. It's a lot more difficult to do it.
Well, Robin, especially doing that play, it's kind of like the Gio move. You know it's coming, and you know it's coming, because at what point is he going to cut to the left and shoot or find that other mistake? And usually, you said it well, those wingbacks, when they're going forward, and we saw that play where it was kind of going back, kind of like a basketball, going back and forth, and the wingbacks have to follow that momentum of the ball changing. So, a player like Paul Aguilar moving as soon as he sees we're going forward is going to expose, and that's what we saw on the left side 2 or 3 times, that the Dutch offense being by themselves, because Paul's got to have to come back. That's what happens in the 5-3-2. Naive.
Especially with,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry.
Or Cesar. No, go ahead, Cesar.
I'll say, especially with Reyes pushing forward. I know that's what everybody's talking about. I know Tom said on the side that's something that's important to bring up. But it seems it's just right now, like it's just Herrera and Alanis multiple times, the two of them in the back, and Reyes is kind of playing as another defensive midfielder right now. So it's especially important that we bring those wingbacks back a little bit more back. If we are going to push Reyes forward, then I think those wingbacks do have to drop back a little bit.
No, and I think just quick. I mean,
tell us what's
yeah,
happening with Reyes for those that have not seen. Why was Reyes moved up to the to the CDM actually mostly? What happened with that move and how?
Yeah, I think I think the move comes as a surprise to surprise a little bit the Netherlands on the tactical scheme. Everybody expects the 5-3-2, and with Reyes you have a player that with America. Let's remember the first days with America and Piojo Herrera, Reyes was playing that exact position he's playing today. He appears more on the attack. He moves around. And his pass hasn't been that sharp, but at least those blocks with helping Gallito Vasquez in that center holding midfield position, it's working. But what I want to point out is at the speed of the game. I mean, in Liga MX, the game is a little bit more slow paced. There's excellent forwards, but you don't have the Robins, you don't have the Depays that are really quick, and that's hurting the defense. Yeah. And if you add that the speed of the game is a little bit faster, and then that these players are having their first clutch game. I mean, for Herrera and Alanis, it's a big roller coaster right now, being in this scene right now, and we'll see how they act in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's vital that before the ball even gets into that zone, there's more, even from the forwards going down, going back through to they stop those balls getting into the box and they keep up their intensity. They just seem to have dropped slightly, if you know what I mean. The Herrera started off so well. Not saying I think he's had a good half, but that he keeps going, that him and Guardado, Gallito keep snapping at the Dutch heels and stop him getting that ball out wide, because at the end of the day, you look at Robin running at Aldrete and that's scary. Mexico don't want to be in that position. They don't want to have those two one-on-one because, 9 times out of 10, possibly, he
will dive.
Robin's going to do something. He's definitely going to win a penalty.
Yeah, definitely win a penalty. Quickly, actually, Robin has not dived. My Robin dive count is at 0 right now. But seeing what we're looking at, what are 3 players that are not, at least performing up to par, up to their ability? In my book, Ochoa, Chicharito are there. Chicharito looking a little nervous, kind of like is his pace a little too fast, or he has to commit. But I think he's doing what he needs to do, especially to have Vela kind of moving around everywhere. And if you're kind of seeing Vela moving to the left and right, and the whole team's kind of just have to morph into what he's doing. So I think that's what's kind of taking Chicharito off task on what to do in that. But I'd like to see who's kind of not performing in the way that they're, obviously that we're seeing.
Yeah, I think just quickly, I think the wing backs are in a difficult position because you've got Reyes now moving up into the midfield. They have to provide almost a width both in defensive areas and going forward. I think neither Aguilar or Aldrete have really got to grips with that.
Yeah, and I think on the attack, Aldrete has been all right, especially the first 20 minutes of the game. It was a pleasant surprise to see. But defensively, he's struggling because it's Robin. I mean, I don't know how many defenders can stop Robin at this moment in the world. Maybe one of them could be Alaba, but Alaba plays in the same club as Robin. The thing is, also another thing with Hector Herrera, it's been one of his off games. I haven't seen that much spark from him doing those 360s or being a little bit more daring. I mean, I think there was one pass in the beginning to Chicharito that Chicharito missed a little bit by some inches. But, that was about it from Herrera, and you want Herrera to be more dominant in the midfield.
I think Andrete is. I think it's a little bit of a letdown for me. But actually, who's had a quiet game for me, and I know what you guys think, is Gallo. I haven't really seen too much from Gallito in the first half personally, and honestly I would probably bring in Jonathan and Dos Santos in the second half just to see what he could do. But I just feel like he hasn't really done much, and I think there's been a lack of control in the midfield.
I think it's totally different in halves. I saw Herrera doing great in the beginning, and then. Not halves, but half a half. Just a completely different team. Quarter. The second quarter was I don't see that cohesion. It's kind of like they let down. Even Vela making some questionable calls towards the end. So hopefully Piojo gets it back down and make sure that we're controlling the game that we were. A lot of fans, which is what I love. You saw it. I mean, it looked like where Somos Locales Otra Vez song was starting to pop up. But all right, let's go into substitutions. Who do you want to see maybe take out, or who do you think Herrera's going in? And obviously, what you want to see in the second half. Go with you, Naive. Who do you think? Should we see Jonathan Dos Santos as the first sub, or do we see him going into more of the defensive to see if there's going to be mistakes there?
I think Herrera's gonna play this game tactically. It could be a good win for El Tri, and so I don't think he's gonna be dishing out like 5 substitutions or something of that sort. Jonathan is a good pick, and I think Giovanni Dos Santos as well. Control the little bit more of the pace of the game. The one-on-ones, Giovanni and Vela could be deadly. I think Vela could play the 90 minutes. We'll see, but
I don't
what
think
happens?
he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna. I think there were some rumours that because of this problem that he's had with his foot over the last couple of months, he might even come off at half time or after an hour. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I would like to see Giovanni and Vela. I feel like if those times where Chicharito kind of missed it, wasn't there at the pace, I think Gio would have been right there to compliment Vela. I would like to see, especially if Vela's moving a lot more. Kind of want to see what's going on. And obviously Jonathan Dos Santos coming in, we all want to see him and where he's at. And maybe I think if we're comfortable, we like to see if it's a 2-0. If we're up 2-0, obviously not let go of the game and just win it out. Experiment in Belarus. That's fine, but I think in this game for sure, let's win and let's keep that. Let's finish the game. It's what we needed. What happened in the World Cup. Cesar, what are your takes on the substitutions?
I mean, I think right now it might be a little risky to try to switch. I think like Naive was saying, like tactically, or try to make too many subs. But I would say, like I said, I don't know. Like I don't know what you guys think, but I think Gallo hasn't had the best game, and I would put in Jonathan. Probably not immediately. Maybe by the 60th or 70th minute, but just to see how the flow of the game goes. But I think I would take out Gallito first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead,
On a
Tom.
selfish point of view, I wouldn't mind seeing Ponchito for Guardado the last 20 minutes. I watched him so
Why
many
selfish?
Oh,
Why
like it-
selfish?
I watched him on Saturday. Play, and he's just such a great little player, 20 years old, and it'd be just great to see him against like a top team. You know what I mean? First time ever against what you could call a legitimate top quality opposition. So, and I think he can do it as well. I think he's got the work rate. So I'd like to see Ponchito if possible.
Well, good.
If Herrera's watching.
Alretta's definitely watching. They're looking up at our podcast right now in the middle of the thing. Lots of people there. Yeah, like I said, hopefully, I don't know. No one mentioned this, but Ochoa, I don't see him that confident. Maybe a little nervous too. We'll see what happens there. And obviously 1-0. I'm out in the prediction. I'm done. So I predicted 1-0 Holland. You three are still in with, if I'm not mistaken, 1-1 from Cesar. 2-1. Oh wait, I'm at 2-2 from Cesar.
Yeah.
And then Naive, was that 1-1 from you?
No, 2-1 El Tri.
Oh, that's right. I'm all over the place. 2-1 El Tri. So we'll see. I'm definitely out of it. So we'll give you some time. Grab a snack, grab that beer, get started going. Hopefully we have a better close. Clap 2 beers, but we'll see where we're going. Thank you guys for joining. The Mexican Soccer Show, and at halftime, lots of viewers, 41, especially with you guys in the chat. We'll keep it going, and be on the lookout for a link for a post-show. Not necessarily right after the game, but hopefully later on during the week. We'll be analyzing and looking at tacticians, obviously what happened, tactical analysis, and all of that, and looking into the Belarus game, which is happening on Tuesday, correct?
Yep, Tuesday, November 18th. Yeah.
We'll be looking to see, probably doing the same. All right, guys? Anything else to add, guys? Nope.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, we're good. All right. Exciting news. Exciting. We're up 1-0. Let's keep it that way. Talk to you guys later.